Sure. I guess I'll...
Like a more exaggerated.
There you go.
Alright, whenever you're ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Phoenix Fan Fusion on Friday, and I'm here with the wonderful, amazing, awesome, incredible Anya Graves.
Hi.
Now, she is not just a cosplayer, she's also a burlesque dancer, and many, many other things, and really awesome things. So she's here with, what booth is this?
I'm with Fit to be Tied. This is actually my best friend's mom's
nice.
company. She makes all these awesome, nerdy bikinis, and they're amazing. They're super comfortable. I have like 5 of them.
Nice. Before we get into the interview with you, where can we find them online?
She actually has an Etsy page, and I think you can find her on Facebook too, and Instagram, but her Etsy page is where she sells out of, so.
Nice.
Her stuff's amazing.
All right, so in the realm of cosplay, could you tell us your origin story, how long you've been doing it, and also how you got into it?
Okay, so I have actually been making costumes since I was like a toddler.
Yeah.
My birth parents were in the SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronism.
Oh.
So I was one of those weird medieval nerds.
Yeah.
And so I've been sewing since I was a wee kid.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I got into different stuff, and I decided I didn't like the stuff that I bought in the stores, so I would just make it. So I taught myself how to sew, and here we are.
Nice. And out of all the cosplays you've ever done, what would you say is like your favorite?
Oh, that's hard. They're all favorites for different reasons. Like this one's one of my favorites because Zatanna is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. She's amazing.
And this is also a very comfortable costume.
Yeah.
And I love comfort.
Mm-hmm.
But like the costume I'm wearing tomorrow is probably the one I'm the most proud of. We did a gender bent Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
And I have an Oogie Boogie costume, and the dress is made out of burlap. The purse, I made the purse. It looks like his dice. It's made out of wood. It was my first time doing any kind of wood fabrication. I think that one's the one I'm most proud of. But like they're all my favorites. They're all my babies.
You put all your time and effort into
There's
it.
literal blood and sweat and tears in them. So
yeah. And then of all the years you've been cosplaying, what is one of those moments that you would consider to be like your favorite? Whether it be a moment in the beginning, like a small triumph, or some major accomplishment that you
No joke, winning. Like with Oogie Boogie, so we entered our costumes into the LA Comic Con, the big cosplay nationals. Yeah. And we won.
Nice. Congratulations.
We won the journeyman category, and that was like that's the reason I'm so proud of that costume, and that was my big crowning glory achievement in cosplay so far. So that kind of reignited the fire because I had started to kind of fall out of love with cosplay.
Yeah.
I do burlesque a lot more, and obviously I incorporate the two because this is one of my burlesque costumes.
Nice.
I just like to try and make my character costumes as accurate as possible so that I can get double the use out of it.
Hey, that's smart. That's practical. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but with Oogie, that was one of the only costumes I've had that's purely just for cosplay. It's for nothing else other than to just look like a cool costume.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that one.
When it comes to burlesque, it's very interesting because a lot of people will hear the word, or maybe they haven't even heard the word and just like don't know what it is. Could you take a moment to describe what it is?
So that's really hard to surmise.
Yeah.
I could go into like the nerdy history of what burlesque used to be. It used to be like minstrel shows, or not minstrel shows, but like comedy. You were kind of making fun of the upper crust rich people. It actually involved very little, if none at all, striptease. Yeah. Striptease in burlesque is a more recent thing,
like
as
modern,
in within, well, not modern per se, but modern as in like 21st century kind of thing, or 20th century.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Really, I don't know. It's kind of a hard thing to describe. Yeah. Mostly it is striptease, but it's also a lot of theater. I always say cabaret is a good thing to tell people because when you say cabaret, you think of like you see the can-can girls doing that kind of thing. There's some of that too. Yeah. But I like to say it's theater, but we take our clothes off.
Right on.
You know, we've got 5 minutes to tell you a story about whatever character we're
portraying.
portraying.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. Yeah. I've only ever been to one burlesque show prior to yours, and I think I've been to like 4 or 5 of them, and it's always like something new and entertaining and really fresh and like awesome. What actually attracts you to like burlesque as a performer? What is it about the culture and the event that really just draws you to it?
As far as the culture goes, a lot of communities it's really positive.
Yeah.
Part of the reason, and I know we all know this, but part of the reason why I kind of got away from cosplay is sometimes the culture around cosplay can be really toxic. It's really competitive. And then when I discovered burlesque, I realized these people everyone's trying to support each other and uplift each other, and people are very respectful. I mean, every group's going to have their drama, but for the most part, performers, since it's a small pool of people, we have to figure our shit out.
Yeah.
So
Play nice,
you can have
otherwise.
drama with somebody, but that means you get kicked out of the pool.
Yeah.
So, but as far as why I like burlesque, it's freedom of creativity.
Yeah.
Because even if I'm doing a character, it's my choice. It's my choreo, it's my music, it's my costuming. I get to make all of these choices. Even if I pay for somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
It's so many creative outlets in one single expression of art.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's super cool.
It was also terrifying.
Yeah.
It was so terrifying, and it's
Oh,
still
I'm sure.
terrifying. But
It's a very
when
vulnerable sort of
it
like,
is.
yeah.
And when the first few times I performed, I had a good backstage throw up. From
Oh,
nerves.
really?
Oh yeah, totally. It's terrifying the first few times,
Yeah.
but you kind of get addicted to it.
I'm sure, yeah. It's really cool.
So-
And you're a very talented performer, so it's really good. Yeah.
I'm still just a baby. I've only been doing this for 4 years, so.
Still, you're killing it, so it's good. And then when it comes to cosplay or burlesque, what advice would you have for someone that's coming into the culture? Yeah.
Practice. Always practice. Doesn't matter what it is you're doing. People ask me how I make my costumes. Practice. I taught myself how to sew off of YouTube. I made really terrible stuff in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like awful things. Just practice. And be kind. I know that sounds cliche, but really being kind gets you so much. Because if you're nice to people, they'll help you. You know, if you're nice to people and you ask them like, oh my gosh, your costume's amazing. How did you do that? Or how did you do this move? Or whatever. Be nice.
Yeah. A lot of times, as content creators, we get like very vulnerable because we're putting our heart and soul into like whatever we're working on. So having that validation really helps out tremendously.
But also know your value.
Yeah.
You get to choose if you do something, but you don't have to do it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if someone wants your advice or your help or something on a project, if they need some help with content creation, it's okay to ask for a fee for your time because your time is just as valuable as theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's awesome. And then where can we find you online?
I am on Instagram and Facebook. It's Dancing Anya Graves. That's pretty simple. And
Perfect.
Yeah, I post shows all the time when I have them. My troupe, Burlescapades, we have some shows coming up in the end of the year is when our season starts.
Yeah.
So our very first show is going to be Dirty Disney. I'm super.
Oh,
that's not the
super
name
cool.
of it.
Yeah.
Don't no copyright infringement here.
We'll
But,
blurp it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
Cool.
Very excited.
Well, thank you again for taking time to do this interview. Make sure to check her out. She's wonderful in every single way. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.